Hello, people of YouTube. 'Tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, here today to give you guys another anime review. And before we get this review started, I want to just let everyone know to please be safe outside today. It is nasty. I live in the state of New Jersey, and we are struck with a blizzard, and it is nasty. And we're supposed to get even more snow later on today, and it's nasty. It is really bad outside. Don't go outside for any reason. I only recommend going the next day to shovel, and just besides that, it's bad outside. It is bad. I mean, really bad. So whatever you do, people of YouTube, stay indoors, and please be safe outside. And another thing, stay tuned till the end of this video, because I have a very special little treat for all of you guys, and or just more like a little announcement. Nothing really too spectacular. It's just something that I might as well should try to do more often. Why not? So, people of YouTube, today, people of YouTube, we're going to be talking about an anime that I've been pretty interested in checking out for quite a while, and since I'm home from school today, because, due to a blizzard, I decided to check out this anime for myself to see if it is pretty decent or not. And people of YouTube, we're going to be checking out an anime called, haven't you heard, I'm Sakamoto. Bitch. And I added that last part because I felt like saying it. Yes, we're going to be reviewing Haven't You Heard, I'm Sakamoto. So Haven't You Heard, I'm Sakamoto follows, obviously, Sakamoto, a perfect high school student who's literally the coolest dude ever. He's awesome. This guy's amazing in every sense of the word. So you follow him in his high school life and him doing pretty zany, off the wall shit. People of YouTube, I've been interested to checking out this anime for quite a while. I already saw a few memes about it, and I thought this anime should be nice. This anime should be a nice anime to watch. Definitely, I felt like it was just going to be a mindless comedy, but it also turns out it really wasn't much of a mindless comedy. We'll get into that. My thoughts. The anime wasn't half bad. I actually really enjoyed the anime, and here are the few reasons why. The first and biggest thing that I will give praise to Sakamoto, Desuka, was its animation. Not the best, but also pretty decent. It's pretty simplistic, nothing really out of the ordinary. It's just your plain old, everyday, modern-day animation. Nothing really too blown out, too spectacular. And you can tell that this anime didn't really have much of a budget, so they opted for a more simplistic animation style. I will give it praise. The animation is pretty solid, as well as the character designs, so I will give the animation praise. The story, it's literally just about a high school student who is perfect in every sense of the word, who literally has no faults in it whatsoever, and you just follow him in his daily life, and he just does some of the coolest, insane, wacky things out there. This guy is just cool in every sense of the word. I thoroughly enjoyed this anime, and it's pretty simplistic story. You could say that the story lies in its simplicity, and the simplicity of the story is very well told. I actually like this story a lot. The characters, well, there were a few characters that I truly enjoyed, and then also a few characters that kinda was meh. I did thoroughly enjoy the main protag of the anime, Sakamoto. He is literally the coolest main protagonist I have seen in a long time. Just everything that he does, everything that, about this character is amazing. He's just so cool. Though, there's just so many funny things that this character has done. I can't forget the one, the picture that surprised me the most was that literally when Sakamoto was going to sit down, and a guy literally pulls his seat and he's just floating in the air like it's nothing. That shit was making me laugh. The comedy of the anime is spectacular. I was laughing my ass off in some of the comedy scenes in the anime. I thought it was hysterical. Definitely a mindless comedy for everyone to enjoy. I thoroughly enjoyed the comedy of the anime. It is spectacular. I loved it. Going back to the characters, Sakamoto is a really solid main protag. Definitely a character you would definitely want to hang out with outside of school, and definitely a character you would definitely want to be friends with. I think he is a fantastic main protag, and definitely a character that I will never forget. Some of the side support characters, like Sakamoto's friend Kobuta, he was a pretty solid best friend archetype character. Nothing really spectacular. You don't really see a lot of him and Sakamoto bonding or interacting much, but their relationship is pretty solid, pretty simplistic, and pretty cute at times. I actually didn't dig their relationship. Kabuta as a character, well, very lacking in character development. He is still a solid character. I did like him a lot. I did relate to him a lot, and I also find him to be pretty cool. The three delinquents in the anime, they were hysterical. They were the funniest characters in the anime. They had a lot of moments to shine. They had a lot of things, especially Achan, who is the best character out of the bunch. I think he does. He also goes through a lot of character development, and that was kind of shocking to see the least. But I did like his character a lot, as well as the other two delinquent characters. They were pretty solid, and I liked them a lot. The female characters were pretty forgettable, actually. I didn't really remember much of their names. In fact, I totally forgot 98% of the characters, but the female, they did their role. They were there. Again, the anime is not really well known. This anime is not really well known for deep characters, deep story. No, it's literally just a mindless comedy for people to watch. Which kind of pains me to say, people of YouTube, but even though this anime was supposed to be a mindless comedy, turns out it really wasn't at the end. People of YouTube, there are some moments, or there are some animes out there that can be serious but can also be funny at the same time. This anime tries to be both, and its serious moments felt way too out of place. Like, I was not expecting any serious moments to come out of this anime. I literally thought to myself that this was just supposed to be a mindless comedy for everyone to watch, but turns out that it really wasn't, which pretty much is my biggest issue with Sakamoto Desuka, was the fact that it tries to be serious, but it wasn't. It's like, there were a lot of moments in the anime that it just becomes 0 to 100 real quick. For example, Achan, literally, I wasn't expecting much of the character, and I was expecting, deep character out of him, but they end up doing it, and even though I liked the character itself, how they tackled it, the execution was horrible. Literally, it went from, a simple mindless comedy scene to then a deep, dark, depressing scene that just got out of nowhere. And if there's one thing a comedy anime should not be, and that's deep, dark, and depressing, I was creeped out. The first half of the anime was absolutely, it blew me away. I loved the first half of the anime. It had some of the best jokes, the best lines, the best running gags I've seen in an anime to date. But then the second half comes and it becomes more dark, more serious, more monochrome, more, again, serious, which that's not how the anime was 6 episodes ago. 6 episodes ago, it was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was laughing my ass off every episode, but then episodes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 showed up, and I mean, granted, there were a few funny moments sprinkled in some of these episodes, but how they tackled them was it was too serious. This anime should not have been taken seriously. I literally thought it was going to be just a simple comedy, but it turns out it really wasn't by the end of the anime. And how the anime ends? Seriously? That's how you're going to end your anime? Not really much. No, I hated the ending of the anime. It was well, I admit, it was kind of touching at the end, but how they tackled it was pretty annoying. Some of the characters that reoccur and appear somehow, this one main antagonist of the anime, this weird dude that literally pops in and out of the anime that doesn't really do much, not really menacing, he doesn't do anything at all. If you were to literally remove his character, nothing would happen by the end of the anime. Literally nothing truly negative happens at all in the anime, and it kind of frustrated me how this anime was making itself to be just a regular comedy anime, but then become something completely else. Why this identity crisis? I don't know. Do you want to be a comedy or do you want to be a drama? Make up your damn mind, people. My God, it's so fucking hard. How is it that an anime story literally about a character who is perfect in every way, suddenly become not so much of a character who's perfect in every way to a more dark, depressing story. Like, no, I hated that shit. And I was literally this close to give, when I was like halfway done with the anime, I'm like, yo, this anime is 10 out of 10. I was gonna give this anime a straight out 10 out of 10. But the second half really bogged it down a bitch, and I'm like, damn, how sad and depressing was that? With that in mind, people of YouTube, I'm going to give Sakamoto Desuka, or haven't you heard, I'm Sakamoto, a 7.5 out of 10. It is a solid anime. I honestly recommend you just check out the first half and completely skip the second. Like, that's all I'll say. It's definitely an anime. If you just want to chill with your friends, go ahead, watch it. It's still a funny anime to watch. It's just that you're not gonna expect much by the end of the anime. Like, just it's nope. That's all the time we have for this anime review, people of YouTube. And before we sign things out, people of YouTube, I would like to make a little announcement saying to you guys that I, Crimson Assassin, have an Instagram. I've had this Instagram for a very, very long time, but I haven't really done much with this Instagram. So I thought to myself, well, you know what? I have a new phone, okay, a Samsung Galaxy. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I should post more on my Instagram. So I looked through all the posts on my Instagram. I used to post on my Instagram a lot. It was just like silly little anime memes and stuff, and just memes in general, and that's what I used to post on there. And I decided to literally delete all 400 of my photos that I used to have there, and just open this, make it so that I can make this more interactive with my viewing audience. So, people of YouTube, I will put a link in the description to my Instagram if you would like to go check it out. I think that this will be a better way for me to interact with people. I also plan to setting up a Twitter for all of us to hang out. I will tweet, like, I'm editing this video, stay tuned later on today. And I do hope to I hope to open a Twitter, and I have this Instagram that you guys can go check it out. I hopefully will make an announcement or just make a video itself about my social media. I'm considering getting a Snapchat, although I would have to ask you guys if you want me to get a Snapchat. I'll get a Snapchat. Other than that, people of YouTube, I really have nothing really much else to say. I do hope to get more social media so we can chat more and be more interactive. So people of YouTube, stay tuned for that. Check out my Instagram down below. And until then, people of YouTube, it says I once more, the Crimson Assassin, saying, peace, YouTube. Later. Seriously, guys, stay outside. Don't stay indoors. Don't go outside. That shit is bad. Really bad. Stay indoors. I'm serious. Okay, this is for real. Goodbye.